This week's book of the week is Ego is the Enemy from Ryan Holiday. Let's get right into it. Part 1. Aspire. Embarking on any new venture or leadership role often sees our ego become our biggest obstacle, distorting reality and hindering growth. In a culture that often prioritizes self-esteem and assurance, remembering that our talents are just the starting point can keep us on a path of continuous improvement and long-term success. Conquering our ego, thus, is not just about minimizing arrogance but embracing a journey of self-awareness and humility. Talk. Talking about our goals can often distract us from actually achieving them. Upton Sinclair's failed campaign for governor, despite his articulate plans, showcases how premature discussion can undermine real progress. In today's social media-driven world, the pressure to share and boast only magnifies this problem, leading to a cycle of talking over doing. However, true success and mastery come from a focus on the work itself, in silence and without the need for external validation. To be or to do. John Boyd, a highly influential but lesser-known military strategist, emphasized a crucial life choice between striving for personal achievement or making significant contributions. Boyd's advice, particularly to those at pivotal career points, was to decide whether one's path would focus on being someone of status or doing impactful work. His own career, marked by substantial behind-the-scenes influence without seeking personal glory, exemplifies the latter. Boyd's teachings challenge the ego-driven pursuit of success, advocating for purpose-driven actions over self-promotion. This choice between personal gain and genuine contribution is a constant dilemma, urging us to evaluate our motivations and the legacy we aim to leave. Become a student. In the early 1980s, Kirk Hammett replaced Dave Mustaine as the guitarist for Metallica, realizing even with his success, he still had much to learn. Seeking to improve, Hammett became a student of renowned guitar teacher Joe Satriani, demonstrating humility and commitment to growth. This story illustrates the importance of remaining a lifelong learner, regardless of one's level of success. Don't be passionate. Passion is often celebrated as the fuel behind success, but it can be a double-edged sword. While passion energizes, it can also cloud judgment, leading to rash decisions and missed opportunities. The real keys to achievement lie in purpose and realism. Purpose directs passion with intention, ensuring efforts are focused and meaningful. Realism grounds ambitions, reminding us of limitations and the need for strategic planning. Together, they form a more reliable foundation for success than passion alone, steering us towards deliberate action and thoughtful progress. Follow the canvas strategy. In ancient Rome, the system of patronage supported artists and thinkers, including roles like the Antibulo, who cleared paths for their patrons. This mirrors the idea of starting at the bottom today, doing grunt work, and helping others succeed to pave your own way up. It emphasizes humility and the importance of supporting those above you, which, despite often being overlooked due to ego, is a path to learning, growth, and ultimately shaping your own success. Restrain yourself. Jackie Robinson's journey to breaking baseball's color barrier was marked not just by his athletic talent, but by his unparalleled self-control. Despite facing relentless racism, he chose not to retaliate, understanding the bigger impact his restraint would have on racial progress in sports and beyond. His ability to endure abuse without fighting back demonstrated immense strength and helped pave the way for future generations, proving that strategic forbearance can be a powerful tool for change. Get out of your own head. Getting caught up in our own thoughts and self-perception can disconnect us from reality, leading to a life lived in illusions. This self-absorption is depicted in fictional characters like Holden Caulfield and real-life figures such as General George McClellan, whose ego and inward focus hindered their potential and effectiveness. To truly engage with the world and fulfill our potential, we must step out of our heads, curb our imagination, and embrace the present moment with clarity and courage. Living in the present, without the distraction of ego, allows us to connect more deeply with the tangible aspects of life and focus on the work that needs to be done. The danger of early pride. Pride can mislead us into overestimating our achievements and obstructing our growth. Historical figures like Benjamin Franklin and John Rockefeller recognized the importance of humility in their paths to success. They knew that pride could blind them to their actual progress and potential. To achieve greatness, it's essential to keep pride in check, stay connected to reality, and focus on continuous learning and improvement. Work. Working hard surpasses mere ideas. It transforms potential into achievement. Degas and other creatives remind us that mastery requires consistent effort, not just initial enthusiasm or talent. The path to success is paved with relentless dedication, as exemplified by figures like Bill Clinton, Charles Darwin, and Bill Bradley, who achieved greatness through persistent work. Remember, real progress is measured not by our aspirations but by our willingness to put in the necessary work to realize them. For everything that comes next, ego is the enemy. Facing success involves choosing humility over ego. The fear of insignificance often tempts us to rely on ego, but true achievement lies in patience and self-awareness. Embracing our flaws and focusing on long-term growth, rather than immediate recognition, prepares us for real challenges. Success, then, is not measured by short-term wins, but by steadfast authenticity and dedication to our true goals. Part 2. Success. The heights of success brings its own challenges, including the seductive pull of ego. It's essential to remain grounded, valuing humility, open-mindedness, and a commitment to continuous learning. Remembering that success is fleeting can help maintain a focus on the values and hard work that got you there in the first place. True achievement lies not in maintaining the illusion of our greatness, but in the relentless pursuit of meaningful goals, grounded in reality and a clear understanding of our place in the larger scheme of things. Always stay a student. Remaining a perpetual learner is crucial, especially in moments of success and achievement. The story of Genghis Khan illustrates how continuous learning and adaptation were central to his conquests and innovations. This mindset of staying a student allows for the constant absorption of new practices, technologies, and ideas, preventing stagnation and fostering growth. It's a reminder that no matter our accomplishments, there is always more to learn, and the moment we think we've mastered it all is the moment we stop growing. Adopting a humble approach to knowledge, willing to learn from every situation and person, ensures that our journey of growth never ends, keeping us agile and open to the ever-changing dynamics of success. Don't tell yourself a story. Bill Walsh's transformation of the 49ers illustrates how adherence to a standard of performance, rather than fixation on grand victories, brings about real change. This principle warns against the allure of ego and the distortions of our achievements, urging a commitment to the process over the narrative of success. Understand that mastery is a continuous journey, and prioritize the integrity of work over the seduction of story. This approach not only guards against the pitfalls of ego, but ensures that our achievements are both genuine and lasting. What's important to you? Grant and Sherman's diverging paths post-Civil War underline the importance of understanding one's true priorities and the dangers of straying from them. Grant's pursuit of political power and subsequent ventures led to a life of corruption, betrayal, and financial ruin, whereas Sherman's clarity about his disdain for politics and his adherence to personal principles allowed him a contented life. This tale cautions against the seductive pull of ego and societal pressures that can divert us from our genuine aspirations. It emphasizes the significance of discerning our core values and intentions, urging a focus on personal fulfillment over societal awards or material gains. True success and happiness stem from an honest alignment with what's fundamentally important to us, not from external achievements or recognition. Entitlement, control, and paranoia. Embracing the illusions of entitlement, control, and paranoia can lead one down a destructive path, epitomized by historical figures like Xerxes with his irrational punishments to inanimate objects, showcasing a delusion of grandeur and control. Illustrating how success and power can distort perception, making one believe they have absolute control or are deserving of unwarranted privileges. It emphasizes the importance of humility, the acknowledgement of one's limitations, and the dangers of isolating oneself through distrust and arrogance. Ultimately, it warns against letting ego dominate, urging a balanced, grounded approach to success and interaction with the world, avoiding the pitfalls of a self-centered mindset that can lead to downfall and isolation. Managing yourself. As people move up in their careers, they often have to switch from doing tasks themselves to making decisions and guiding others. This change means they need to think differently about who they are, be humble, and let others handle some tasks. Good leaders know how to manage themselves and their team, change as needed, and not get too caught up in details or only listen to people who always agree with them. It's important to stay clear about what you're aiming for to keep being successful and not let ego turn everything into a mess. Beware the disease of me. Seeking to achieve great things doesn't always mean chasing personal glory. General George Marshall showed how humility and focusing on a bigger purpose can lead to true success. By putting the greater good first and not worrying about personal recognition, he demonstrated that real impact comes from what we contribute, not the applause we get. Marshall's life reminds us that lasting greatness is about making a difference, not just being in the spotlight. Meditate on the immensity. Recognizing how big the world is and our tiny spot in it helps keep our ego in check. It reminds us we're all connected and should be humble. When we look at nature, history, or other people's lives, we see we're not the center of everything. This helps us let go of self-importance, understand others better, stay creative, and keep humble, which truly makes us great. Maintain your sobriety. Sobriety and success isn't about abstaining from alcohol or other substances. It's about maintaining a clear head and a humble perspective in the face of success and power. It's a deliberate choice to focus on what truly matters, results, work, and purpose, over the trappings of success or the intoxication of ego. Leaders like Angela Merkel exemplify this approach, prioritizing rationality, analysis, and the common good over personal glory or charisma. This sobriety, this restraint from the unnecessary and the destructive, is what enables true leaders to navigate the complexities of their roles effectively. It's a reminder that the most impactful work often comes from those who don't seek the spotlight, but rather dedicate themselves quietly and diligently to their mission, guided by the principles of humility and purpose. For what often comes next, ego is the enemy. Success brings its own set of challenges, and managing your ego is crucial for maintaining it. The story reminds us that even great leaders like Alexander the Great and Napoleon faced downfall because they couldn't balance their ambitions with humility. The lesson is to avoid letting success go to your head, to stay humble, and to be prepared for life's ups and downs. Part 3. Failure. Facing trials and setbacks is inherent to any journey, including moments of failure or realizing goals are harder to achieve than expected. Success isn't permanent, and not everyone finds it on the first attempt. Ego can leave us unprepared for these circumstances and even contribute to their occurrence. The path through requires a reorientation and increased self-awareness, focusing on purpose, attitude, and patience, rather than seeking pity. This approach allows us to manage difficulties effectively, maintain our success, and navigate through life's inevitable challenges with a sense of clarity and purpose. Alive time or dead time? Alive time is a period of learning, acting, and utilizing every second, while dead time is passive, waiting, wasted. Malcolm X, during his imprisonment, chose a lifetime educating himself extensively, which transformed his life and perspective. This choice underscores the importance of utilizing every moment constructively, regardless of the situation, turning potential dead time into an opportunity for growth and reflection. It's a reminder that in any adverse or stagnant phase of life, there lies a potential to invest in oneself, to learn, and to emerge stronger. The effort is enough. True success lies in the effort and integrity you bring to your work, rather than the recognition or rewards you receive from others. It's about defining success on your own terms, finding peace of mind in knowing you've made the utmost effort to be the best version of yourself, irrespective of external achievements or failures. This approach shifts focus from the end result to the quality of the journey, emphasizing personal growth and self-satisfaction over societal accolades. Fight Club moments. Experiencing rock bottom can be transformative, serving as a Fight Club moment that shatters illusions and confronts us with harsh truths. Such moments can stem from failure, loss, or a profound realization of our own shortcomings or the consequences of our actions. While painful, hitting rock bottom forces a confrontation with reality, presenting a pivotal choice to remain in denial and continue destructive patterns, or to acknowledge the truth, learn, and grow. This process is not about external validation or avoiding adversity, but about internal growth and embracing the humility and self-awareness needed to rise from our lowest points stronger and more grounded. The journey upward, marked by the scars of our struggles, ultimately becomes a testament to our resilience and capacity for change. Draw the line. It's about recognizing when we've hit a dead end or made a mistake, and having the courage to stop and reassess instead of worsening the situation through ego-driven decisions. It reminds us that everyone faces setbacks, but how we respond, whether we cling to our ego and exacerbate the problem, or whether we learn, adapt, and move forward with integrity, is what truly defines us. It's a call to maintain our principles, even in the face of failure, and to understand that true failure isn't about losing or making mistakes. It's about compromising our values and integrity in the process. Maintain your own scorecard. It's about understanding that true success and improvement come from meeting and exceeding our own standards, rather than being swayed by external validation or temporary achievements. This mindset encourages constant self-reflection, learning, and growth, keeping ego in check by always aiming for a higher version of ourselves. It's a call to focus on what truly matters: our character, our actions, and our commitment to continual improvement, regardless of the external noise or fleeting success. Always love. Embracing love, understanding, and forgiveness not only liberates us from the chains of resentment and bitterness, but also paves the way for true progress and fulfillment. By choosing not to let hate dictate our actions or define our character, we open ourselves to more meaningful and constructive paths forward, regardless of the challenges or injustices we may face. This approach not only benefits our personal growth, but also contributes to a more compassionate and understanding world. For everything that comes next, ego is the enemy. The cycles of success and failure in life highlight the importance of managing one's ego. Figures like Churchill and Graham show that enduring adversity with humility can lead to growth. Their stories teach us to meet success with grace and failures with resilience, emphasizing the need to learn from setbacks without ego interfering, ensuring a balanced journey through life's ups and downs. That's it. Ego is the Enemy summarized in 18 minutes. A link to the book is in the description. Leave a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts, experiences, and opinion on the book in the comments. Also, let me know which book should be next.